Hello guys, in this video I'll talk about layering and how you can combine different layers together.
And real quick, guys, want to know that I have a new course, Practical Sci-Fi Design. You will learn to effectively model inside of 3ds Max and plasticity, and then use V-Ray to create procedural materials. And all without leaving Max. You will learn how to do color correction, volume light, lens effects, and use V-Ray's decal system to create quick decals. So be sure to check that out in the description.
So layering is a very good thing to know in sci-fi design because it can really help you to, make your designs more interesting. So let me go ahead and start with a basic plane right here, and I'll center this. And so this can represent the outer surface of our design. So we've got our surface of our sci-fi prop, and then let's say I apply turbo smooth to give this more complexity right here. All right. So that's layer one. Let's go ahead and introduce a second layer into this. So I'm going to make a selection here. And I'll go ahead and just extrude this down here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and let's say detach this. All right, I'll make this second layer right here. In fact, let's make this maybe red, for example. All right. Let's go ahead and use the crease set, or I should say the data channel workflow. So I'll apply data channel, auto edge crease weights, and then open subdiv on top. All right. And then I'll copy these. All right. For this object, this is going to be actually our third layer. And I will say what I mean. So one thing we can do to make our designs more interesting is that we can, instead of just having it go straight down, we can go a little bit like this, for example. All right. This is going to go down here. Then I'm going to go ahead and hold shift as I scale to extrude out here. Reason being is because we don't want things just end abruptly here. We want to have a little bit of geometry at the bottom. This creates a nice little bit of overhang here. So it creates a nice little bit of shadow right here. Whereas if we just went ahead and deleted that, it would be an instant cutoff right there. But because we have some geometry underneath of here, we get a nice little curvature right here. Just makes things look that extra bit nicer. All right, so actually I'll go ahead and give this 3. But remember, if it's still not enough, when you're using creases and open subdiv, you actually have to increase the levels much more. So, with turbo smooth 2 would be enough, but if you're using creases, you can see 3 is not enough, and you would want 4 more. But you don't want that to have a render time. In the viewport, you want things to run smoothly, so you shouldn't go higher than 2, maybe 3, and then at render time, 4 or 6 or anything else you want. All right. So we're going to have that. This is going to be layer 1. And then for layer 2, I'll go ahead and use by angle to select this, and I'll go ahead and detach that as a clone. I'll go ahead and select the new object that's been created there. I'll go ahead and give this a dark object color, and I'll go ahead and apply shell on this. Actually, I applied push here. Let's apply shell instead. Okay. Give this a nice thickness right there. And I'm going to apply paste with modifiers here as well. All right. So now we actually have 3 layers happening here. We have this outer layer, we have this inner layer, and we have this right here. To prevent this from happening here, the reason this is happening is because the data channel applies creases, but it does not apply a crease this right here. So in order to fix this, I'll apply a quick retopology modifier. Change the topology to this instead. All right. So now we have this layer right here. The thing is, it's not very noticeable right now. So in order to make it more noticeable, I'll go ahead and select this. I'll hold Control, double click right here to loop this. I'll go ahead and scale this. Actually, just scale all of it right here. Right now we have this layer, and then we have our third layer right here, which actually let's make it a very dark color right here. And this can represent some internal components, and then we have maybe make this a little bit lighter. So I have this nice triple color scheme right here. So I would say you shouldn't go for more than 2 or 3 layers. I think 3 is a very good number. If you're going more than 3, it really becomes more of like some sort of a pancake, some sort of a sandwich, and so it really becomes like too overloaded with detail. Although there are some situations where you may want a ton to show like a lot of layering, but I find that in most situations 3 layers does a very good job. And so you can also add a few little colors here to spice things up. So what I mean by that is a little something right here. I will detach this as a clone, and I'll make this red, for example. Just have a little something stand out right here. And in order to make this smooth, I can go into data channel and go into the scale and actually decrease that. All right, I'll go with something like that for now. All right, just to kind of have a little bit something interesting happening here. All right, so right now these layers are looking very boring here, so it's a good idea to spice this up a little bit. One very basic way we can spice things up is by just moving this down. We actually create a little bit of space right here, which when you render is going to create some nice shadows happening right there. And I'm going to go ahead and select the outer portion. I'm going to go ahead and scale that. So a lot of this will kind of be hidden here. That's why I'm not too concerned about it. Unless you're going for some sort of extreme camera angle where you actually see inside of here, you don't have to worry too much about this. But I guess I'll move it up a little bit. Okay. All right, as for this right here, I will maybe introduce some sort of additional detail. Maybe we will have a little bit of a hinge from edge. And then here as well. All right, nice little detail here. So I would like to spice this up as well. Actually, let me create maybe a different type of detail here. Maybe something like that. I'll turn off data channel and just do a crease right there. All right. All right, so here what I did is I selected that. I beveled with 0, held shift, click here to convert to the border edges, and then use straight, which is available under loops, and then loop tools right here, straight. And then weld the vertices, because you got some extra ones after that. As you can see, just creates this really nice effect. Even this out a little bit here. And then let's do a little bit of symmetry as well. All right, you got that happening there. I'll make this a little bit more interesting. Maybe make this a little bit asymmetrical. Maybe that could help it stand out. All right, now I got some nice layers happening here. Maybe I will give this a different color here. All right, so we could have maybe maybe I want to make this a door. A lot of times you want to have something kind of coming out. So what I can do to make that happen? I'm going to get a little bit creative here. I'm going to go ahead and select this like that. I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and deselect that, on the x-axis.